Hello guys, and welcome to a very early morning training video because I'm going to ride Rocky before work. So the moon is still out, but we're here. I've set up some jumps and I'm just going to get Rocky in. So this weekend I have a show jumping show and he's going to jump the 85 and the 95. So our last show that we did was 2 weeks ago. He jumped the 80 to 90 and he got better and better as the rounds went on. He was really rideable. I feel like our rideability is really good right now. The only thing that we could work on is maybe his technique a little bit. He is being quite careful. There's just a few times, little verticals, he just wasn't quite so quick, and I haven't done any grid work with him this year, so I thought now is the time. So I have set up a grid for him, some bounces, one stride to a vertical, which can then be an oxer, and we're gonna jump that. So hopefully he jumps really nicely, and then we're set up well for the weekend. I'm excited for the weekend actually. Might hopefully come home with a ribbon this time, hey? Some bribery. And but he's been going really well otherwise. The last time we jumped also was the cross country video that you guys saw, so I just want to bring it back down to calm show jumping vibes before our show. Isn't that right? Yes. So I better get going because I do have limited time. All right, we're tacked up and ready to rock. Good boy. Oh, ready to rock. Get it, Rocky? Because your name's Rocky. Yeah. He says you are hilarious. Hilarious. Hello guys, so I'm here with a voiceover of our training session. So I just have a few clips of our flat work. I only just do a little bit of trotting because I explain later in the video, but the arena had a lot of rain the last few days before this clips, and whenever it gets wet, it does get a little bit slippery on top, and Rocky is just very much does not like slippery ground. He has slipped a few times, he's had some bad slips on the ground, so I think he really just does not trust it and doesn't like the feeling when it feels like that, which is fair enough. It's not very nice to feel like you're going to slip over. So I just go really nice and slow little trots. That's why our trot is very little, very much not going anywhere. But I just wanted to keep him comfortable and keep him calm. But you can see how our flat work's going, he's really nice and relaxed. I can have a nice soft contact. He stays in a little bit of a nice little outline. He'll bend around my leg. He is stronger on the left rein more than the right rein, which he's always been. His right rein is so much better now, but it is still just, you can tell he's just slightly weaker on the right rein, and he's slightly more comfortable and more relaxed on the left rein. So I just do a little bit of circles around and he gets a little bit more tense if I do a circle in kind of a random spot or don't give him a lot of time to prepare. But in a dressage test, we have to just do turn all the time, and that can make him a little bit kind of worried, I think, because he doesn't know what to expect. So that's why I try and do that a little bit in the training, just really random circles and changing the rein in different places, and just switching things up a bit so that he learns that we do loads of random things, but it's not stressful, it's all calm. So that's what we're doing now, just riding around. You see on the right rein, even though he's a bit weaker, he still feels really good on it. Here we're coming around, just around some of the jumps and doing a few more circles. Just getting him listening to me and relaxing. And really happy with him. So that's where our flat work is up to. Next week, we have a show jumping show after this training session, and then the following show is a combined training, so we have to do a dressage test. So next week it will be all about the flat work and doing lots and lots of training in a snaffle, because he's in a touring at the moment and he's really good in it, but we can't ride in that bit in the dressage test, so he's gonna have to learn to go just as well in a snaffle. So that's where our focus is going to be next week, and doing lots of transitions like that one. So we start the jumping. I just put the first part of the grid up. It's a grid where I trot into it. As I said, the ground's a little bit slippery. So nice and slow, trot in. He was really jumping over the poles. Got a little bit excited, but did come back to me nicely, which was nice. So then I just pop over it again, just the same, just the first part up, just to get him nice and relaxed. You can see there he's a lot slower into it, but he did still get that jump over the last part. Because he landed on the incorrect leg, I just stopped him. He took 2 steps back, and then I give him a pat just to remind him to listen to me, but also try and keep it really nice and relaxed. It's a bit of a fine line. So now I've put it up as 2 little bounces on the last part. And he jumps out really nicely. You can see though that he jumps nicely through the grid, but then the last part he really dives and lands really quite far away from the fence. So what I do is I put a landing pole after the last fence to encourage him to land closer to the jump. So that was his first time doing it. I think he just got a little bit of a like, oh, I didn't see that pole there. So we go around again. Now that he knows the pole is there, he canters through the bounce really nicely, and you can see that he lands a lot closer to the fence, and he lands in much better balance. So that was really good. So although he's landing, although he improved there and he landed close to the fence, I still wasn't super happy with his technique. You can see there, you know, he just caught the fence with his front legs. He wasn't making a really good shape, but he was a lot calmer. So I had the calmness, just didn't have the technique. So I changed it up again. I put some V-pulls on the last part of the fence. We trotted nice and calmly. You can see he gives a really big jump then and really tries and, you know, looks at the poles and thinks, oh, okay, I need to do something different here. So I gave him a pat, lots of reward every time. So we trot down again, just to really make sure he's realised what to do. And you can see there he jumps, you know, he gives it lots of room when the V-pulls are there, which is exactly what I want. Again, he landed on the incorrect leg. So I just halted and walked him away and gave him a pat so it stayed nice and relaxed. When he gets tired, as I said, he's stronger on the left rein, so I find that he does often land on the left lead when he's a little bit more tired at the end of the training session. This is just because that's his stronger leg, stronger lead. It's like when someone's right-handed versus left-handed, so that's what he goes back to, his more comfortable lead. And then I just put up an oxer, so I just stick a back bar on, and he jumps it absolutely brilliantly. Really, really careful, really nice technique in front and behind. So I was super happy with that, and I left him on that. He landed it again on the left lead just because he was feeling a bit tired. He did try and do a change, but I just brought him back to the trot, gave him a big pat, got off and turned off the camera, and yeah, that was the end of the training session. Turned off the camera and then I gave him a walk off, and he was super, super good. Alrighty, so I'm walking the boy off now. He was so good. So I'll start from the start because yes, we ended on an excellent note, so I'm in great mood, but it did take a little bit of time to get there. So I'm going to do a voiceover of all the jumping and a bit of the flat work. We had a lot of rain the last 2 days, and this arena does not like rain. So it's very, very slippery, which is why I just did a grid in a straight line. And that's also why sometimes I just stopped at the end of the arena instead of trying to turn him if he was on the wrong lead, just in case he slipped. It's just very, very slippery. It's also why I only trotted in my warm-up, and why I was going very slowly, very tentatively, because he really doesn't like the ground when it's slippy. He just gets very tentative and a little bit worried. So I just take it really nice and slow with him. But when he was doing the grid, he knew the ground each time. It was in the good part of the arena, so it was good to jump on. But I do think it did make him a little bit more worried than usual, I think, and he was trying to just rush over the last part a little bit, I think just to try and just get it over and done, because he was a bit worried about the ground. That's like his go-to, like if he's worried he'll just like want to just get it over and done with quicker. I was like, no, if you just slow down it'd be easier. But yeah, he just had to take our time, try a few different things, tried, you know, a landing pole to stop him jumping so far out. That did help. Then tried some V-pulls to try and help him jump up a little bit more, then across. And he did just slowly get better and better, and he slowly got slower and more thinking about the jump. And then he was jumping the vertical quite nicely. Like his technique wasn't amazing, but I am comparing him to show jumping bred horses, so that's not fair. But when I made it a back, like an oxer, because oxers he always jumps better because he looks at them a little bit more, he really tries a lot more. So I just said, oh, just stick the back bar on, and oh my god, he jumped like such a good jump, like really nice technique in front, and he even kicked out behind, and I had to just slip my reins so that I let him have a good jump instead of he kicks out and does a nice jump and then he gets a pull in the mouth. So I just slipped my reins, but he just cantered around and was very calm about it. So he felt really good. So I feel like a really nice way to end the session, just so he knows like that is what I'm looking for. It's just whether we're just trying to also get that kind of feeling over the verticals as well. But I think as the jumps get bigger, he will jump better. But yeah, he's definitely got some jump in him, guys, doesn't he? Like, yeah, the boy can jump. So I'm quite excited to see what height we can get him up to. But we'll take our time. We've only just got our rideability, so I won't get too ahead of myself. But I'm excited. So yeah, hopefully we'll jump up to above a meter and stuff this year, and we'll see how it goes. So yes, very pleased with him. Well worth the early morning rise, and I'm on time. I'm not late. It didn't take that long to jump him, and it didn't take long to set up the jump, so yeah, got things done quickly. So I'm going to put him away. I'm going to do his stretches, and then I'll actually video his stretches because he used to be able to stretch his head past his shoulder when I was doing the carrot stretches. Like, that's so bad. He was so stiff in his neck. And finally, he's able to go like to his rib cage, which still isn't great, but it's a lot better than it was. So I'm quite happy with that. I think a lot of him not being able to stretch was him just being worried. Like, he carried a lot of tension. So now he's just more relaxed. He's more willing to try and bend, which is all I can ask for. So yes, absolutely delighted with him. Feeling very excited for the show at the weekend. Unfortunately, because the ground's so wet, I'm not able to do a lot of cantering work, which is really what we need to practice. But anyway, today's Thursday, the show is Saturday, so I only have one day left anyway, and I do not think the arena is going to be dry enough tomorrow. But alas, no problem. We'll just give it our best go. So yes, the next video will be the one from the show on Saturday. So I'm excited. Let me know how you think Rocky did, and also let me know if there's any specific videos you'd like to see, because I'm doing them all, guys, doing them all for you. So yes, I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys, and goodbye from Rocky. Woo. Australia. Oh, it's freaking me out.